Good morning, Steve Reed with the morning grain comments. Markets are higher. Nearby beans, nearby corn, and wheat are higher. I think in the bean market, there's concern about Argentina's economy and whether or not they can ship the meal that they normally ship. Last week's export sales in meal were higher than expected, suggesting that some buyers may be moving some of their demand to the U.S. U.S. crush barns remain positive, while the bean export continue to be less than normal due to competition from Brazil. But summer Brazil premiums are sharply higher, suggesting that at some point they'll run out of beans and U.S. could be back in the game as far as bean exports are concerned. Meal's gaining on oil. The palm oil, soybean oil, and Dalian Asian is lower. And again, we put maybe $14, $15 on the meal from the low because of this potential increase in export demand. Corn market, nearby base is firm, cash is tight, ethanol margins are positive. The lower HRW crop could suggest higher corn feeding in the Southwest versus increased competition this summer from Brazil for our corn exports. No news on the corridor, and the Turkey presidential election is now in a runoff. As far as the wheat market is concerned, Kansas City's higher. Some of Kansas, West Texas missed the weekend rains. We're still looking at short covering by the funds because of the USDA report. The fact they lowered the all wheat crop, winter wheat crop, and HRW crops lower than expected. We also have some dryness in Canada, some dryness in Australia, and most of all, Europe's okay, and most of the Black Sea's okay, except for a few pockets in central Russia. Central Brazil is dry, which may raise some concern about their final safrinha crop, but in general, I think the market was oversold going into the U.S. report. They reacted negatively to the report, especially corn and beans, and now I think it's time to trade weather. Midwest weather is fine. North Dakota is too wet. Parts of the southern plains are too dry, and we'll have to see what the summer weather pattern moves into as El Nino gets stronger.